Let's make sure everything's on. Make sure this mic's in position. This is a live stream. How you guys doing? It's 1:01 here, 1:01 p.m. EST. And I am parched. If you're watching this as a recording, I do appreciate it. Big news for the channel. I just landed at 10 a.m. today. I don't know if you can see the logo here. It says Pristine Cleans Pressure Washing Services. I do have my own pressure washing company. I just landed a $1,900 job this morning. And it's just me and myself. Pretty cool. I was just getting some information, making this little startup course analysis. Man, this mic will not stay put. Stay. But man, it's dusty too. Sorry about that. So I've been doing some analysis of my startup costs and if I would have taken everybody else's education. As you can see, I put EDU here. I don't have all the info. I don't have all the numbers, but just from known costs, just showing, how much my startup cost would have increased. What's up? So real briefly, I'll go over this. I was hoping WJ could hop in. I need to put on my headphones. He said he'd pop in today. I don't want to mess up the hair too bad because I'm meeting another client this evening too. That's why I'm dressed in my biz shirt here. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, just landed a $1,900 pressure washing job this morning, and then I'm meeting someone else this evening. There's a little hair here. Hold on a minute. You might hear me clawing it. I don't know if you can see that. You probably can't. I can't stand it. All right. What's up? Just landed a $1,900 pressure washing job. Here is my new company logo that I made for pressure washing. I've been doing it all growing up with my dad and a guy that's been doing it 41 years. And I decided to, why not make my own? And I mean, I've done it growing up. And I literally just landed a $1,900 job this morning, which reminds me I need to make an invoice. I need to write that down so I don't forget. Make invoice. And I'm doing it for a college. And it's 5 minutes away, which is awesome. Make invoice for college. All right. $1,900. The reason why it wasn't going to be $2,600, but we went down to 19 because he said anything over 2,000, they have to run it by the president of the college and the VP and it has to get approved and all this stuff. And he's like, but if it's under 2,000, he's like, we can just use your credit card. And I was like, no problem. Give me that money. What's up, Jay Walker? I think that's how you say your name. And Bubbles, what's up? I'm really thirsty. I've been talking a lot this morning. Talking to two guys, the athletic director there. I'm cleaning tennis courts, the athletic director, and I guess the coach. So, yep. I have not stopped. I'm missing my coffee. Hang on. Don't leave. I will be right back. Where is my coffee at? I think it might be outside. Oh, there it is. Oh, yes. We have coffee. We have returned. As you can see, we got some Dunkin' Donuts. Man, gas prices, y'all. Like, I'm in the middle of, like, redneck Kentucky, right? And Gas prices are normally, pretty cheap around here. But let's get up there. It's like $4.20 a gallon for unleaded. And diesel is... I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even want to talk about it. All right. I'm going to real quick go over just this startup course analysis stuff I've been doing before I went and talked and sold to one of those pressure washing clients there at the college. I'm going to pull up Discord as well. I haven't got it pulled up here. And after I go over this briefly, I'm going to hop in the channel voice chat where we can talk. I do ask one thing, like, if you come in there and you're just rambling or going on about something, then I'm just going to either ban you from the channel or kick you. Just set the tone. And I'm also going to make a channel that's locked that only I can get into. In case I have to move people down to have like a one-on-one. Alright, I got Discord pulled up here. If you're not part of the Discord, I'm going to go ahead and make an infinite invite here. Invite. So it never expires. Generate link. Copy. Alright, now let's go over here. What's this trucking out the box hookup? So I'm going to go over that in just a second. Give me just a second. I was doing some analysis, and I actually thought about buying one of the courses and like just tearing it apart. But I'm not going to. That not only, it probably wouldn't be a waste of money because, I'm just going to leave it at that. How you found truck for 653? So I have been in box trucking before this whole boom, before the YouTube boom, before trucking out the box got into it, before them all got into it, okay? I've been doing this longer, believe it or not, and I am actually very young. So, that's how I got my truck for $653 a month, and I put no money down, got the loan, so I basically had to pay nothing for 30 days. So they rent for you? No, I own my truck. I finance my truck. These are my startup costs right here, and I basically put without courses, but I'll get into it in just a second. I'll explain just a second. So basically, they put you in touch with their account manager, and they're like, "Hey, we know this guy, good guy. He'll treat your trucks right, and can you give him our rate?" And essentially, that's how it works. That's how it works. I know guys that have low rental rates as well. Like I could call the people, why will this not stay still? Hold up. This is killing me. Let me tighten it up. It keeps like wanting to smack me in the face or something. What's going on, Rob? What's going on? I'm going to pin this comment. This is the Discord. Yeah, it costs $200 just for that. And I know many people, I could literally call somebody right now and be like, "Hey, you think you could get me your Penske rate?" Yeah. Like, really? You gonna charge for that? Come on. All right, that is our Discord. It's where our community is going to live outside of YouTube, and you can go in there and chat. Keep it clean. If not, you'll be banned. Simple as that. It's free. Nothing like that. All right. But yes, okay, I'm going to go over this. What is this strange document you're looking at, right? Startup cost comparisons. Startup cost analysis. Okay. This was my startup costs without any courses, without anything. And before I started my own DLT, I was running for somebody else as a W-2, or not W-2, but 1099 for them, running USPS routes for a long time, okay? So I've been in this a while, and I helped him with business stuff. So I that's kind of how I learned. But my dad has also been in box trucking for 11 years and going with his own DOT number. Okay, so here we go. That being said, LLC cost me $537. I went over this in a different video. I'm just going to briefly just go on the numbers. I financed my truck, $0 down. I didn't have to pay anything for 30 days until the payment come out the next month. Okay. Insurance, $3,700 down. DOT number will run you $300. Equipment, say $150. It was $149 a month for DAT power for me, but it's went up to $170. But this is based off of my numbers, so we'll go up to $149 for the first month. Your DOT physical will run you in between $50 to $75. It didn't cost me anything because I worked for the USPS people. Okay. Here we go. Is it legit? What do you mean? Do not pay them $200 for that, okay? Do not do that. My total startup costs, Richie, was $4,836. Okay. Now, trucking out the box, and I'm basing this off of their YouTube videos, so I get kind of a round range. You can kind of say March, April-ish, somewhere in there. They've been in business since this long. Okay. Mentorship, $2,500. Don't do it. Please don't do it. Just don't do it. Okay. Their course and ebook, $1,000. Consultation with them for an hour, $300. Don't do it. I pay a tax guy $100. He's been doing taxes for 40 years to basically talk to him any point in the year for the full year, not just each time. Whoops. Rental account manager hookup. That's them basically calling their rental account manager and saying, "Hey, we know this guy. Can you give him our rates?" Boom. That's all that is. $200. Don't do it. Total, if I bought all these things added on to my startup costs, instantly doubles to $8,834 just to get into the business. That's not counting running costs, buying diesel, food, hotels, all that good stuff, okay? Give me just a second, guys. Give me just a second. I want to get over this, and then I'll go over comments, and I'll answer questions. Give me just a second. Now, I couldn't really find a big fix. I found his course. It's not $5,000, and I did correct that and edited that out of that video. I went off what somebody said in chat. Course, $1,000. Still too much. Don't get it. Consultation, 1 hour, $300. Again, I talked to a tax guy. Pay him $120, like right now, around March. I can call him literally every day of the year, ask him questions about taxes without having to pay a penny more for the whole year. And he's been doing it 41 years, okay? Don't pay $300 per hour to talk about box trucking. Don't stop. Don't do that. Okay. Mentorship. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he has mentorship. I think I've heard it mentioned in the live stream, and I couldn't find the price of it. So if anybody knows that, let me know. I do not know this number. So with all the known numbers that I have, how can I get a low rental account? You have to pretty much know somebody that's been working with them a long time. Hence this. That's why they charge $200. But it's pretty easy. I mean, if you can find like a local box truck company, let's say like a moving company, and just, call them and ask them, could they use your help, or, tell them you got a box truck and be like, hey, do you know how I could get like cheap rates or something? There's ways around it, like try to offer them value in some way. That's how I could get that, because I worked for the guy that had the USPS contracts, and I could call him up and be like, hey, can you get me your Penske rates? I mean, it's not going to charge me anything for it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, with all known stuff, buying Big Vic stuff, it would run me $6,133 before running costs, all operation costs, okay, to start a business. Instantly goes up to $6,133. Now, box truck couple was the lowest. Mentorship, $600. Consultation, $200. I couldn't find the price of their course. Total for all that, $56.36. Now, the conference that they're having, which is $1,000. Bro, you got the same name as me. My full name's Jalen. That's weird, ain't it? Anyway, I go by Jay, though. What's up, bro? Anyway, conference that they're saying costs $1,000 per person. Okay. Plus travel costs. Oh, let me correct this. So let's say $2,000 per person of travel costs and everything, just for easy numbers. So basically take $2,000 if you bought the conference and all of either the conference and all of Boxstar Couples EDU, add $2,000 onto this. That'll give you $7,600 startup costs. Add $2,000 to this, $8,100. Add $2,000 to this, over $10,000 if you went with all their junk. Okay, instead of under $5,000. Now, very important. You can only write off. Okay, I know they say this is education. You can write off. You can only write off $5,000 per year of startup costs. Okay. Very important. Okay. All right. Let's go to comments. I hope everybody understands this. And I just did a quick analysis with known information that I could find on their channels. I couldn't find Big Vic's mentorship, and I couldn't find the Boxstar Couples course. Now, that is the numbers that I came up with. So instantly, trucking out of the box, it doubles my startup costs. Okay. Let's go to chat. All right. Let's see here. What's up? How you find your truck? Where'd I leave off? Jay, what broker shippers do you know work with startups in getting my truck by Thursday? Thank you. Honestly, man, watch I'll see if I can link it. You basically just got to call everybody. I mean, like Landstar will sometimes. Now, when I started, Landstar wouldn't work with me. They said at least 3 months. So you may, and that was, what, a year ago? So depending on the Landstar, they have like subdivisions, I think. I think Landstar Ranger works with brand new, and then Landstar, they have like different Landstars. It's weird. But it was like literally by my house, and it would have been the easiest load ever. But they told me since, it hadn't been 3 months yet that I couldn't do it. So I was pissed. Let me go ahead and pull you up this video, and you can honestly go ahead and start calling, even if your DOT is not active. Let me pause this, share, copy. I'll put it in chat for Rob. This is for Rob and his comment earlier. They are a ripoff. Yes, I'll get a low rental rate. Answered that. Also, get a dispatcher, especially when you're first starting. Even if it's 10%, I changed my mind on that. 10% is way high, and do not use them forever, right? Use them your first 6, 12 months just to keep you getting loads, just to get you loads, okay? You can use their connections. They can get you the loads without you having to call like 80 people and get 80 or 79 no's, okay? That's what I recommend now. Okay, Jalen Johnson. That's so weird we have the same name. So weird, but I go by Jay. Bro, I came across your channel last night or the night before. Been doing this 6 months with 2 going on 3 trucks. Wow, nice. I am real. That is correct. I keep it very transparent, very real, straightforward. Keep Trucking got me for $400 for a PowerPoint back in July. Really? Oof. Ouch. Can you explain how a dispatcher works? Are they supposed to run loads off your MC or their own MC? So, a dispatcher, no problem, Rob. A dispatcher, let's say I started dispatching. Based off the connections that I have made with brokers doing loads for them, calling around different factories, they're going to have connections built up. Now, if they have worked with them before and done, let's say, 5 or more loads, and they've been successful and easy, they're easy to work with, they always get it done right, they always take responsibility. Even if you're a new MC and they say, hey, he's a new MC, but I trust him, yada, yada, yada. Do you mind if we give him the load to run? And they'll be like, yeah, of course, we've worked with you before, we trust you. So you're playing off the dispatcher's trust instead of cold calling 80 calls and getting denied 79 times because you're brand new and they have no idea who you are. Whereas they're going to know the dispatcher, they've worked with them before and they trust them. So they'll give the dispatcher the load to give to you, and then the dispatcher gets that kickback of 10%. See? So the dispatcher should really be motivated to get you loads because they'll get 10% of each load. See what I'm saying? That's kind of how that works. Richie. The dispatcher I talked to want me to run loads on their MC, and they pay me. I wasn't sure if that was that should work. Yes. Just make sure all the legal verbiage is good. If you have an attorney, make sure that they go over it. I have my attorney look over everything before I do anything. Okay. Just so I cover my own butt. Okay. I highly suggest that having a attorney basically on standby at all times. If you don't have one, find one you trust or that your family has used. Always worth it, no matter if it's like $50 each time. It's worth, okay? Trust me. Because what happens if they don't pay you out? You know what I'm saying? Just always be careful. 5-star trucking out the box mentorship comes with dispatching, so they will dispatch for you, still high price. Not worth it. Not worth it. They just now started dispatching. Okay. So I would rather have somebody that has a ton of connections and only charges 10% of each load than pay for a mentorship. Now, do they charge a certain percentage of each load? Probably. It was the best investment I made. It showed me how to get started, start to finish. So I did that and started watching YouTube. Used to be a lot of good content. Now so many people are trying to finesse new people with no knowledge. Exactly. Just because you can take advantage and sell to people that don't know and haven't watched literally every box truck video that's out, and are just like, hey, I want the easy route. Can you point me in the direction to get the easy information and just, go that direction? Yeah, for a premium of $2,500. Like, come on, man. Doesn't mean you should do it. That's just how I was raised, okay? So a dispatcher books loads with my MC. They can, yes. But they can also use theirs. Just make sure that, like, when they send you documents to sign, that you have your attorney go over it or you very thoroughly read through that, because you need to be very careful so you get paid, because you're doing the work mainly. Okay? Just make sure it's all right. It's sick, but your channel is awesome, bro. This is the type of channel that deserves the follows that they have, 100%. Well, see, they're probably not thinking long term. I'm thinking, like, I don't want to just, like, okay, like this channel specifically. I have like 8 YouTube channels, okay? This channel specifically, Lulu, hush. No. Hang on a second. I gotta spray the dog. All right, so I do not want to come on here and have a channel that, going on a year old and be like, okay, now I can get these people's money. You're in it for the wrong reason if you're wanting YouTube to be bringing you in a bunch of money. I choose YouTube because not only can... Lulu, hush. Anyway, I choose to create because not only does it document me going up, but if I was to train somebody, you know how valuable it would be to just be like, yeah, hop on YouTube, watch how I did it, start from video 1, go to the last video, watch them all. Hey, and guess what? You get monetized at 1,000 subs. YouTube pays you it's like a cent per view or something like that, depending on how much video they watch. So, you can make a little bit of money off YouTube ads, right? but you shouldn't do YouTube for money. That's the wrong reasons. I'm thinking this channel, 15 years out, anybody can come to this channel and learn something for free. Now, 15 years down the line, could I make a course? Probably. But by then, there'll be so much content and it'll actually be valuable and not just like, hey, I made $15,000 in a week. Click on this video and watch it, please. What's that gonna, how does that help somebody? I do it to help people. I don't do it to try to get money from them. You know what I'm saying? It's the give and take. It's a difference. What load board should I use besides DAT and trucker load? I've never heard of trucker load, to be honest. Truck stop, I'm assuming, is what you mean. Honestly, man, just stick with DAT unless you're doing like, which you're probably in a box truck, but I was going to say if you want to do cars, central dispatch, for hot shotters, DAT's pretty much the best load board. Your goal should be to get off of load boards after you do so many loads and you build a list of shippers and brokers that you can just literally call and make them a DC, direct customer for your business, and do load after load after load for them. That should be your goal. I would even do it month at a time. Pay for 1 month of DAT. Literally call every day of the month. Get as many loads as you can. Have it set up to not take out for the next month, and hopefully you can start running off a list of people you've worked with, and maybe, you were on time and everything was good. They had no problems with you, and they'll want to work with you again. And you can be like, every morning at 9 o'clock in the morning, call that broker and be like, hey, you got any loads for me? I did that load for you, yesterday. Yeah, I got this. What would be your rate be? I ain't even listed on load board yet. Really? $1,000? Yeah, all right. Saves time and trouble for me. See what I'm saying? They don't have to take a bunch of calls from a bunch of companies instead of like having to do all the work of posting it and taking so many calls. Like you can just I'll just call this guy every morning. Y'all be working with the 26-foot truck. Gotcha. But yeah, your goal should be to get off a load board eventually. I would pay a month at a time. I would not have it set up automatically because you never know. Within a month, depending on how hard you work, you could have a bunch of connections built and start having DCs instead of having to go off a load board. No problem. All right. If anybody's in Discord, I'm gonna go ahead and drop down in the voice chat. Keep it clean. If you want to talk about trucking or anything really in New York, gotcha. I'm gonna mute until I unmute. My startup costs were $16K, but I dropped $10K down on my truck. See, that's what's really going to be different about a lot of people is that, like, when I started, you didn't have to have, all this cash to put down. I didn't have to put anything down on my truck, and I didn't have to pay for the first month, right? Because it was financed. So that's going to be different. I know now they're like wanting like 20. I've seen some like 50% down to get the truck. So that's going to be a big difference for a lot of people. But yeah, again, I just went off of my startup costs and I kept it below the $5,000 somehow. So I could write this whole $4,800 off. You can write up to $5,000 off per year. Or sorry, for startup costs, I should say. There will be a lot of PA, NJ, CT, and MA runs. Nice. You should have, I know, especially Pennsylvania. I can tell you, if you drive down to Kentucky, there in Ohio, there is a ton of loads going from either Kentucky to Pennsylvania or Ohio to Pennsylvania. Always. And they always pay good, but nobody wants to go up there for whatever reason. At least there was when I actually looked at load boards. Sorry, I'm replying to the wife here. All right. Wife having work drama, you know. You better reply or you'll get in trouble. Anyway, yeah. In the comments at the top should be a pinned link to our Discord. You can pop in there and talk if you want to. You can go to the general chat, text chat, where people help each other out or they just discuss stuff. Up to you guys. I thought WJ was going to pop in, but maybe not. That's fine. Yeah, I see those on DAT. I'll be grabbing some of those loads. Sounds good. Nobody else sure will, so you can probably get some pretty good rates. You can probably get some pretty good rates, I would say. Yep. All right. Let's see here. I also want to talk about like good information versus bad information and how to spot the difference between the two. So I don't know if you guys have seen my video on I don't know if you guys have seen my rates video where I actually go look at data from a credible source and talk about it, like what the average 5-year average rates are and all that good stuff, and like fuel and diesel and all that good stuff. So, speaking of which, I do need to make another video of that. But how to spot good information between how to spot the difference between good and bad information. If information isn't sourced from a credible source, take it with a grain of salt. Okay? Just know that. That's essentially the best way to spot good information from bad information. If it is not sourced and linked and shown where they got the information, take it with a grain of salt. I just want to drop that real quick. Take it with a grain of salt. But also wanted to talk about pressure washing as well. What I'm getting ready, it's giving snow for tonight, and then like after tonight, spring begins, and pressure washing and mowing is in full swing. Okay. Hang on just a second. Oh boy. I love it when my wife tells me her work drama. She's venting right now. It's hilarious. All right, I need focus. Oh Lord, here she goes. Hang on, got a paragraph. Oh boy, she just said she's about to quit. Oh boys and girls. Uh-oh. All right, I'll set her to the side. She's typing paragraphs right now. Pressure washing. This morning, I don't know if you can see my shirt. Here's my logo, my own pressure washing stuff. Okay. Let me move the mic back down. I landed a $1,900 job this morning at 10 o'clock. And I can get that done within 4 hours. So, and expenses for the job. Lulu, sit down and hush. Sorry, it's a dog. Anyway, expenses for that job will run me about, let's say, no more than $100, $150. Let's say if something goes terribly wrong, like a hose busts, let's say $300 max. How much profit is that? $1,600 if something terribly goes wrong. So I just want to bring to people's attention, and it's not hard to do. The chemicals do most of the work. You pre-apply the chemical, you pretty much spray it off. That's all you're doing with the customer's water. And I just want to bring that to light to my community specifically that maybe haven't started trucking yet. But if you see houses around you that have that green algae built up or calcite in the white, it's called calcite, the whiting of brick houses. I wish there was one close. Is that one white on it? No, pretty clean. On brick, you'll see like the white drainage looking stuff. That's calcite. Essentially what you do, use the customer's water, you run it through your pressure washer to apply the pressure, and you're shooting all that stuff off. It's simple. You pre-apply chemicals, you rinse it off. That easy. Anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. And you'll make more money than you would trucking. I can say that with 100% confidence. So, and less time. So you got to think about like how much time are you driving? So you can drive 11, let's say, okay, you can drive 11 hours in a day. Let's say an Amazon run takes you 6 to 8 hours to complete, right? And then you got to drive home. And you have up to 11 hours. I can do a full 2-story house in about an hour 30, 2 hours max. And let's say it pays $800. Let's say it even paid $500. I mean, 3 hours of my time versus driving all that time, something to think about depending on how well you value time. And me personally, I really value time. And once I started seeing that trucking, I like driving, and I was in it for a long time driving for somebody else, and then I started my own DOT. But once you see how much time you spend driving, instead of time is just very valuable to me, right? Because you don't get that back. Okay. No matter there's almost no amount of money that can buy my time. I mean, I'm pretty freaking expensive. Okay. Like people ask me all the time for one-on-one consultations. Listen, not to say it as like a boastful way or anything like that, but like I'm freaking expensive because I value my time very, very much. Okay. Not because I'm better than anybody's else's junk, but I would not. That's why I decline all consultations. That's why I don't do them. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that to everybody's attention of pressure washing. You can make more in less amount of time, and it's very, very easy and very, very simple. So you're going to start seeing that on the channel. I plan on recording that $1,900 job. I think I'm going to do that starting next week after this last snow gets out of the way, and then it's going to start warming up, and I am ready. Ready for it. And I also love being outside. Oh, Lord. She's saying she's about to quit. Oh, she's about to fire her boss. Oh, boy. All right, let's see what she's saying here. How's everybody's day going, by the way? Right now, they're giving like 6 inches of snow for me tonight. And it is like 61 degrees, guys. Like, how does that work? So weird. How's everybody's day going? What's going on? What's going on? Again, I am in Discord. If you want to pop in, say hello, all that good stuff. I got so many papers laying here. I could go ahead and start making my invoice real quick. Let's see. Guess I'll just use my QuickBooks account. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Come on now. Nobody in here want to talk? What's going on? I thought WJ was going to pop in here, but I guess not. WJ is, me and him are very like-minded, and I noticed that whenever he first started making videos, just by how he talks and the way he thinks about things. We kind of started our really uploading at around the same time. Oh, Lord. Speaking of box truck, there is a Lowe's box truck. Looks like they're dropping off something. What y'all doing? What are y'all doing? You might want to chat. But I don't know if Jalen Johnson is still in here, but thank you for saying that, by the way. Read your messages here. I also wanted to say about the whole course stuff. So I'm now I'm turning 26 in like half a month, right? So 25. I quit buying courses at 22 years old. I started buying courses like I was 16 turning 17. So during that time, I added up one time how much I spent, and it's in between $10,000 to $15,000 in courses. That being said, after you buy so many courses, you start realizing that you already know 80% of what's in the course. 90%. What you're paying all that money for is the little nuggets of information that is not out there, right? And it's very minute, and it really, in the grand scheme of things, doesn't matter. So that's why I say, I mean, those of you that do or have bought these guys' courses, and I'm sure there'll be more. I've seen some new channel called like JD4E, whatever it is, another box trucking couple. They started like a month or two ago that I know of. I see them pop up out of nowhere, and it might have been 3 months ago. I can't remember. and they already have a course. So if you do keep buying courses, or those of you that are watching this in as a recording, buy courses, which you'll probably just buy one. But me, I have been through a lot of courses, and I'm here to tell you that 80 to 90% of all courses you already know, okay, from free information. Before you buy a course, Google search any question you have. Read the articles. Yeah, I know nobody likes reading, but the information's out there, especially on forums, okay? Yes, people still post on forums. Reddit, go to Reddit, check Reddit. Reddit's a good place to learn stuff. And lastly, YouTube. Now, take YouTube content with a grain of salt, including mine, even though I'm very transparent and I try to provide the best information that I can. And if I'm wrong about something, I will go back and correct it, and I will make updated content about that. That being said, take all YouTube content with a grain of salt, especially bigger creators, because they're making money off of views. Something to think about. Even me, if I reach that point, take my content with a grain of salt. Something may change. I'll have to make an updated video for it. Just something to think about. Try to find all free sources first. Exhaust all the free resources, because I promise you're already going to know 80-90% of all the information in a given course. And you're basically paying a premium for the little nuggets that really you won't need till down the road. All right. Still getting comments. I need to plug up my phone. Love your channel, brother. Always keeping it 100. Illinois videos. Thanks, man. Yeah. This channel is literally just to document stuff, right? You know, like, I'm not trying to make this a full-time gig. I'm here documenting it not only for myself, but in case I was to, let's say, hire somebody for something, or somebody asked me how to learn something. I'm like, hey, go watch my first video, or go watch this playlist. Go top to bottom, watch it all. Don't skip any of it. I guarantee that they will learn something, right? This channel is literally to help people, okay? And if I forget something, or if I'm training somebody, it's to help them as well. It's like perfect, right? Like documentation. It not only helps me, but it also helps other people. And a lot of people see YouTube as a way to make money, right? Or make money off of the influencer economy, right? I don't know if you guys know who Gary Vee is, or have ever heard of Gary Vee, but man, I used to, when I was like, when he first started doing his little motivational stuff and like grinding and following himself around every single day, I started binge watching that content every time it came out, each week or each day when he did Daily V. And I really do agree with his philosophy that if you get a fan base of any kind, you shouldn't see them as dollar signs and just want to just take, get money from them. You should want to help those people and think very long term in the future, right? Like, I'm thinking this community, we can grow together for the next 15, 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking very long term. I'm not just sitting here like, hey guys, buy my course for $1,000. Let's say 200 of you buy it. Okay. Couldn't do math. Let's say 200 bought it. That's $200,000. Now, that brings me to my next point. The box truck YouTubers making these courses are making more from their courses than they are from actually trucking. I also want to say that's a very big thing I wanted to say. And nobody else is going to say that. Guarantee you that. Guarantee they're making a lot more off courses and mentorships than trucking. 100%. Okay, 100%. But let's say I did that 200, you bought that. I just basically printed $200,000, but where does it come from? Out of your guys' pocket. I don't want to do that, right? I'm thinking 15 years down the road, maybe then monetizing something for like $100 of everything that I've done and documented for 15 years. By then, I won't have to do that, because if you want to learn something I've done, you can go back and look. You see what I'm saying? Man, that grinds my gears. Nobody else is going to tell you that these people right here are making more money from courses and stuff than they are trucking. I 100% guarantee you they will not show bank statements, and they will not show how much income that they've brought in from courses, but I 100% believe that they do, okay? I have no way to prove it. Take it with a grain of salt, but I'm pretty sure. Just by that simple math. I mean, let's say 100 people bought a $1,000 course. That's $100,000. Right? Or am I dumb? I mean, let's confirm if I'm dumb or not. 100 people buy a $1,000 course. Whoops. Yep, that's right. 100,000 people. Or $100,000. I mean, proof's in the pudding. One of all-time great sayings of older people. Anything y'all want to add? Let's see how much that they've made off this little mentee bullshit. Okay. All right. Say 10 people bought it. How much they make? They make $25,000 right there. 100 people buy it over time. 250,000. I mean, man. And let's say that they bought all this junk. That's what it is. It's junk. Whoops. Plus 998, 300, 200. Okay. Say 10 people bought this. They just printed $40,000. So we'll round it up. It's $4,000. We'll round it up. Say 50 people bought this. That's they're oh, it pisses me off. I want to have a talk, pick your brain. I mean, I'm in Discord right now. You can pop in. I can answer a question or two, but I don't want to make the whole show, you know what I mean, centered on taking questions. But I mean, you're more than welcome to hop into the discussion voice chat in Discord right now. I'm sitting in there and all that good stuff. But I appreciate it if you send me super chats and all that stuff. You know, that's not. Let me reply to the wife real quick before I get destroyed here. Hang on. All right. Junk indeed. It is, man. I mean, just think about that. 50 poor souls, if they bought every single thing that Trucking Out the Box offers, that's $4,000 a person. That's not even counting startup costs. That's not counting money for diesel, hotels. That's not counting anything. $4,000 per person. Let's say 50 people bought it. That's $200,000 that they just milked out of their audience. To me, that is just so. But the thing is, give it time, because what they're doing, like you see how I'm not selling anything, and I'm thinking long term, 15 years down the line, trying to build an actual community. Watch, I'm telling you, watch when all these people are buying all these courses and stuff. If they do fail, man, they're never going to watch a single video that they ever make, and they'll be pissed off, and they're going to be like people that hop on my channel and say, man, I wish I didn't spend my money with Trucking Out the Box. It destroys your community. Trust me. I've seen it happen many, many times. Just give it time. Just give it time. And it's just mind-boggling that people just see their community as dollar signs. I'm thinking 15 years down the line, man. Like, I want to see Tyshawn Good in the chat 10 years later. See what I'm saying? Not like he buys a course and then fails, and guess what? He's not watching my videos no more. You see what I'm saying? The funny ones are the ones who show the Amazon load board for Super Chats. Oh, man, dude. That... Oh, man. When I seen that, I was like, are you actually kidding me right now? I don't want to show my load board. I don't want to show you the load board unless you pay me like $10, man, okay? It's like, what? Yeah, like they don't think about it, right? Like, even if it's like $5, you're not going to think about, like, you know, like this coffee was like, what, $2-3? You don't think about it, right? But over time, a small leak sinks a big ship. You know what I'm saying? What am I doing now if it's not trucking? So I'm going to lean up here, see if I can see myself. I don't know if you can see that. Pristine cleans. Let me move over. Oh, trying to hide the nipple. Pristine cleans. Pressure washing. All your pressure washing needs. That's what I'm doing. If you just hopped in, Burn, this morning, 10 o'clock, landed a $1,900 job that I'll get done in 3 hours. We'll be safe and say 4 hours. Unless something goes wrong. It should take 4 hours. Now, isn't that awesome? And at the max, expenses will run me $300. At the max. Pretty cool, ain't it? And don't worry, you'll see the whole, like, I'm going to take pictures. I'm going to do a video before and after. It's going to be sick. It's going to be sick. Trust me. Be on the lookout for that. I'm probably going to be doing the job next weekend, bearing weather. Hopefully weather stays good. They're giving snow for tonight. Otherwise, I would literally start on it tomorrow. It's giving 6 inches tonight, unfortunately. Thanks, man. Yeah, I really didn't have to do, like, I'm good at sales. Sorry. I'm good at sales, but I didn't have to, like, at first I shot him the number 3,400. He said, we talked to the VP and the president and stuff. I was talking to the athletic director of the college, and they was like, they didn't bite on it. And then I'm like, well, I can go down to 2,600. And he's like, yeah, they didn't bite. And he said, but we need to get it done, and we are committed to get it done. And then he said, if you can get it under $2,000, he said, then we can just use our credit card for the college, and we don't have to run it by anybody. I was like, I got you, $1,900. We shook hands. He said, write me an invoice, send it to me, and we'll start ASAP. I was like, yes, sir. I mean, it was that easy, and it's 5 minutes down the road. Sick. It's like literally that way. Trucking Out the Box like to talk like they so professional, like they not hurting. They just have to keep the act up. Congrats. Yeah, thanks. But yeah, man. Like they literally, their first video was around April 2021. They're about to hit a year. And I don't know if you've heard or if you've seen me say it, but my dad has had his own DOT number, and he's been in the box truck business. He has 2 trucks. and that's it for over 11 years. So when he watches all these people's videos, and if I say something stupid, he lets me know, trust me. But when he watches all these people's videos, man, I wish he would get on here and talk. Trust me, rips them apart, okay? He has his tenure in box trucking, okay? Facts for real. Yep. It's different ways to make money than trucking with way less expenses and stress and time. Just think about it. Think about probably the average time it takes you to complete Amazon relay routes. For me, it was around 7 to 8 hours for my typical route I took, right? That's getting up there, that's picking it all up, taking it, driving back home, filling up before I park the truck, all that good stuff. We'll say 7 hours for, let's say, a $700-800 load. You know, we'll say 500 not during peak because of their trash rates. But this job is going to take me a maximum of 4 hours for $1,900. And the expenses for this one job are going to be maximum if like a hose busts $300. So something to really think about if you value your time. It would be great, wouldn't it? Yeah, man. He don't like, he's old fashioned, right? Man, I just shook my whole computer. So like, you know, but man, I want to get him on here one time and have him. I'm going to pull up one of their videos. We're going to watch it, and I'm going to let him pause it whenever he wants to, if he would, and just tear it apart, man. Oh, man, I would love it. I would love it. He's been in the box truck business for over 11 years. And when I say something stupid, he lets me know. Like, lets me know, and I have to go correct it or edit it out of the video. Man, it would be so nice. And in my opinion, and take my information with a grain of salt, even though it is, you know, he does verify with me if I have a question. But, and I haven't found it anywhere online. Now, he hasn't held my hand. He didn't hold my hand when I started up. It was all on my own. And what I could find on the internet. I'm the type, I don't ask my dad for help. I've never asked him for a dime, ever. That's just how I am. But when he sees one of my videos and it says something stupid, or he's like, that's wrong, he lets me know. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's, I had to do everything on my own, had to learn everything myself. That's the best way to be. To me, if you have to be handheld, you're not going to succeed. You don't have that. You're not a true entrepreneur. Like, you don't have that drive to learn it yourself, to get it. You know what I'm saying? If things go bad, are you going, like with my truck, when I got in the accident, I had to really get creative and think about, wow, how could I get my dedicated routes moved so I keep bringing in money? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to really have it. You got to have it. Trucking with Joker NC. A lot of people want the fluff. They don't want to see the hard work it takes to run a bit. Exactly. A lot of people don't have it. Just like I just said, a lot of people don't have that. They don't have that grit. They don't have that, right? Like, they want to be handheld. They want to see the easiest path. Like, please, let me buy a course so I can get into this, you know? I want to fire my boss, you know? When in reality, if let's say they're making $54,000 a year, they're probably not going to make that much more. They're probably going to make less, especially their first year. Probably a lot less their first year trucking. It's hard enough with owning the truck, and they want me to believe they are doing all this renting them. No way. Yeah, I mean, just look at this math. If 50 people bought all their stuff, that's $200,000. Now, you're telling me that they're making more from trucking than they are courses and such? Come on, man. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? And man, you know, I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it. You know, I don't like bashing on people, but I ain't gonna say it. You know, I could. I ain't gonna say it. But what could I say? When something's said about somebody and they come back at you, threatening legal action, guess what that looks like? You know what I'm saying? That doesn't look like a person with humility that's humble. That looks like weakness. Let's see, weakness and what else? Slimy. Okay. Now I'll leave it at that. I'm mad at Big Vic because he fell into the trap. He was cool at first. Yeah. It's the money, man. I mean, man, money does things to people. If you don't have a good... there's certain lines that I just won't cross because I was raised that way, right? Like I was made, like my dad was always working, always grinding, so I didn't see him a lot. So I was mainly raised by my grandparents. So I have that kind of raising, right? There's certain things that I just won't let myself do, right? Morality. I just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? It's just not right. Like, I can't charge you guys $1,000 for 90% of information you can get from just watching my videos from first video to the last. It's just, money does things to people. I mean, that's just how it is. Money will, if a person's humble, if a person's greedy, it'll either make them more greedy or more humble. That's just how it works. That's just how it works. And you know, with the current markets and the current world events, like with Russia and Ukraine and everything, the U.S. has been overdue for a major crash. A major crash is usually, well, not a major crash, but a pretty good crash of the markets has happened every 9 years. We're like, what, 5 years overdue? It's long overdue. And when that happens, man, whew. We all know who started it in the community, but we're going to leave it there, LOL. Yeah, that man got in and got out. Yeah, are you talking about DB? Yeah. Has he even made another video? Like, I would watch whenever he made a video. I'd be driving. I'd be in a box truck, and I would watch. See anything, but when there was no videos being published, but people were buying the course and stuff, I was like, okay, I know a lot about marketing. he was pretty much one of the first to market, right? One of the early people. Instantly monetizes it. And it just so happened to be a very hot niche, and then quits making videos. What does that say when I was looking at it from my point of view? It's like, dude came in to a hot niche, which, you know, props to him for seeing a niche if he did see that or just got lucky. Instantly starts making money from both YouTube and the course, and then quits making videos. And he's still like one of the top ranking. If you type in Amazon Relay, I think he's like in the top 5. I know a couple of mine are in the top 10. I think one of them's in the top. I think it's like the third one down. But I don't know. That just seems not good to me. Doesn't seem right. And then that's when you've seen everybody else, you know what I'm saying, doing the same thing. Except they keep making videos. Clickbaity videos, if that. Now, when I am going to be recording my pressure washing videos, I did invest and get this little bad boy. Hopefully it does the job. I do need to get a better microphone because I did some test recordings. My last video I did in the truck with this, and this mic started making a weird, like, randomly, a weird, like, bang noise. And I was like, what the heck is that? Come on, man. I spent so much money. Don't understand why people would pay that much for a course but won't subscribe to people that's offering information for free. A lot of their subscribers come from the clickbaity videos, like we made 8,000 in a week. We made or no, not in a week, in a load. We like a 2-day load or whatever. We made 16,000 in a week. We made this. We made that. We made this. I could easily do that, right? Like I could easily be like, I made $1,900 in 4 hours, which I am actually going to do. So it's kind of both clickbait and truth. But I don't title it that way. I title like how you can make more for time, how you can make more with pressure washing in less time. You know, I could make them clickbaity and get more clicks, but I don't choose to do so. Hamandi Gant. I'm dying over here. Sorry. Didn't mean to make you cry, brother. Yep. So, do not buy the creator bundle. I think it's like $400. I can't remember. It's probably up. I'll have to look. That comes with this mic. I had good reviews on it, but a lot of them did say that after a little bit of recording, it does make that noise, and unfortunately it does. So now I have to leave it a bad review. So I'm going to have to find probably a $50 mic to upgrade. It's so dumb. Crazy high prices when you can go to Google and YouTube. Exactly. And forums. Like you're leaving out forums too. If you Google search something and it pulls up a forum, you can go to that forum and then go to like all posts. And usually you can search there, Control F, and find whatever you're looking for. Because like on car forums, when I'm looking up, if I'm having problems out of my Camaro, I'll go to Camaro forums. And you can, I mean, people post there all the time asking questions, and if somebody has the same problem, 9 times out of 10, somebody's going to respond that had that problem, that had it fixed, and you're going to find out how to fix it, right? Same thing with businesses and everything. Numbers don't even make sense. I did OTR and Amazon Relay and a box truck. Yeah. It's all. It's just it's just reviews and people to buy their course, because unfortunately, people are naive and believe anything that's said by people that they have built trust in somehow by watching their videos. And they're like, okay, sure, yeah, I'll pay $4,000 for your stuff. How much is a startup costs for a pressure washing business? Very low. Let me pull up just the pressure washer that I got started with. All right. Home Depot, you can get this 4 gallon a minute. Don't get anything under 4 gallons a minute. 4 gallon a minute, $1,000 for the pressure washer. Okay. So there's 1,000, and then you'll need 100. That comes with a 50-foot hose, and you can get by with it and those tips. Let me pull up what I ordered when I bought all my stuff. So $1,000. Hang on a minute. Let's do the math. Plus, you don't have to do it, but you can upgrade to a 100-foot, 4,200 psi hose, which is about $100. We'll just say 120. I ain't even gonna add that in just yet, because you don't have to have that. You do need to have a garden hose, at least 100 foot, and that'll run you $65. So we'll add 65. You don't need an X-Jet. You need a second story nozzle kit, which is on Amazon. They cost $15. So we'll add 15 in there. Wait, hold on. The pressure washer was 1,080 plus 65 plus 15. Okay. So we're up to 1,160. And it's called the Generac second story nozzle kit. You don't have to have that, but I get it just because it makes things easier. You do need a surface cleaner, which is going to be your second biggest expense. And that will run you $422.94. And you don't need a ball valve, so I'm not going to include that. And that's pretty much it. Besides your sodium hypochlorite, which at Walmart for the 10% is $4.63 per gallon. So let's say like this $1,900 job is going to probably take about 10 gallons. So we'll say $50. Let's say you did the same thing if you first started and you landed a $1,900 job, which is pretty easy because a lot of people get into pressure washing and they immediately get out because they just don't do it right or don't want to do it. So we'll add 50 more bucks for chems. Add another 12 for a pump up sprayer. Your gas, fill up a 5 gallon. So we'll take what? So we'll leave this here. We'll take, let's see, gas is at $4 a gallon times 5, $20 in gas. Let's say we bought 10, so we'll double that to 40. $44.94 plus 40. Right there is your startup costs to start a pressure washing business. Nowhere near. And you can do, like I started out with a Toyota RAV4, just throwing stuff in the back. Okay, you don't have to have a truck. Just use whatever you can. Put it on top of a bike rack or something on a car if you have a car. I mean, whatever you got to do to get it done. You know what I'm saying? I have knocked on doors. I have no Google listing yet. I have no Google My Business yet. I'm going to do that. I do pay per day Facebook. I made a Facebook page and I made a couple before and after picture posts, and I pay in between $1 to $2 per day per post. So we'll say $6 to $8 per day in Google Ads, or no, $1 to $2 per day, 2-3 posts. Yeah, we'll say $8 per day in ads on Facebook. And I just target locally within 25 miles of each city around me, relatively low. So we'll throw in, let's say you run it a whole week. We'll be conservative and add $15 for ad costs. You know, it's under $1,700 to land if you landed the same job I did and landed a $1,900 job and you were just starting, your first job would immediately pay for all your expenses and you would profit. And then after your startup costs, guess what? Any job you get after that, most of that's pure profit. Think about that. Besides your gas and your chem costs. So, it's not bad. All right. Yes, SMH. Yep. Hey, the game is to be sold out. Hey, the game is to be sold, not told. If that's their hustle, ain't much we can do but sit back and shake our heads at the victims. Yeah, unfortunately. But here's what's going to happen, and I said this, I don't know if you were here when I said this. Give it a little bit. What you're going to start seeing is, unfortunately, all the new people will probably get funneled into it, but all the people that go through it, and most of them, unfortunately, will fail. That do buy courses, I hate to say it. Most of them will fail because they don't have that entrepreneur grit, right? They had to be handheld. Unfortunately, statistically, 90% of them will fail within the first 90 days. A business that hasn't reached its baby stage until after 3 years. So technically, all these YouTubers are still in their baby stages of business. Anyway, just watch. The reason why I don't sell anything is because I'm thinking long term, 15 years down the road. Obviously, they are not. So, just give it time, see what happens. The way I'm thinking is my channel will grow after some stuff happens. How do you get your business name out there? I already answered that. Pretty much Facebook ads, and I sometimes post. I posted on my personal page, and then I posted on a local buy-sell trade group. And then I got hit up by the athletic director who actually seen it there, and that's how I landed this job. For free. It took no ad cost to get this $1,900 job. I got it for free, just a little bit of my time sitting on Facebook and posted it in a buy-sell trade group. I mean, that easy. Okay, thanks for the good info. I really appreciate it. Yep, no problem. I mean, man, even if you don't want to pressure wash, even mowing, it'll be more startup costs. What is itching me to death? What the heck? Did I get bleach on me? I did a little test strip for them. I did a 1-to-1 ratio. Speaking of which, I need to get that bleach out of my vehicle before it like explodes if it gets so hot. No problem. Sway M. I'm not sure how to say your name. I hope I don't butcher it, but I need to get that out. I need to write that down. That would suck if 10% sodium hypochlorite exploded in my car. Anyway, I did a little test strip, probably like 12 inches or so of spraying, and I let it sit there for 10 minutes while they walked me around and told me what they wanted done. And we came back, and I just took a 5-gallon bucket of water and poured it over, and it just ate everything on there. And they were like, pretty much sold it right there. I didn't have to say anything. You said it right. Check mark. Yep. And also, if you have never been in sales, the best, especially with pressure washing or any sort of like cleaning thing, like detailing and stuff like that, if there's something you can do when you go to sell why they should buy your service, if you can do something like a little test strip like I did and show them how dirty it is or how dirty that they're living, that gets them to like, wow, man, that needs done. Wow. And he did it right in front of me in like 10, 15 minutes. Yeah, sure. Yeah, go ahead and, yeah, that's pretty nasty. Shake hands, get cash, check, whatever. You know what I mean? I mean, that's the best way to sell. Just like, what's that guy's name, man? He went viral. He was selling like some kind of spray that he sprayed on a window, like a window cleaning solution or something like that. Man, that was so good. He sprayed that on there. He's like, he was talking, being funny the whole time, and he wiped it, and they were like, holy crap. And they was like, I'll buy it just for how you're talking, right? Like, it's, if you can show them how dirty that they're living and they don't even realize it, they just, they're just going throughout their normal day. They're not going to think about it, be like, hey, I need to get that washed, right? Like, if you can go up and show them door to door, or if you show them when they're like, hey, can you come out and quote for me? If you can show them how dirty it is, man, you'll make the sale right there immediately. And just think about how different that is from trucking. Like, you can't really sell yourself. They're like, oh, you haven't been in business for 6 months? Sorry. Click. I mean, you can't really do that. We are truckers. Love your content. Very informative at no cost. Wink. Yep. That's how I plan on keeping it. But thank you for watching my content, and I appreciate you watching, and hopefully I can have more informative content at no cost. Here on Jay's Side Hustles, the free content that it happens to be the best. No, I'm just kidding. It's probably not the best. It's probably terrible. Find out next time during our pressure washing video. I grew up watching my dad like call sports games and do radio and stuff like that, so it's kind of natural. In this video, we roast every other box truck YouTuber's course. Like, I would love to buy one of them. It would almost be worth it. And just break it down and say if it's not worth it or not. Like, I almost want to do it. Really do. Man, it's already been an hour and 30 minutes. That is insane. Man, when you go live, it's like you're in a hyperbolic time chamber where that speeds up time. It's like, what? I've been live for an hour 30? What is going on? What the heck? Man. This guy used to like, I got babysit with back when we were like really little kids. Just posted a picture and he's in jail. Holy, that's insane, man. All right, anyway. That just blew my mind. Wow. Wouldn't imagine that. Just came across your channel. I have to admit, I was disappointed in the cost of the seminar. Yeah, the seminar, the conference. Man. I mean, I've said it so many times, but man. They're still in their baby stages of growing. What people don't understand, any business you start is not out of its growing stage, growing pains, baby stage, until at least 3 years, 3 to 5. Okay. There's a very large number of businesses that fail within the first 3 years, especially within the first 3 months, the 90-day period. It's like 99% or something, 95, whatever it is. And then 3 years, it's up there too. It's like 80 something. So I'm going to pull up stats and sources, but what I don't understand, they haven't even been in business. Like, they're just now hitting the year mark, but they've been selling courses, and they've probably been able to survive off a lot of the course money, right? Like, just and I base these like in biz sense based off of YouTube when they started posting. It could be a little bit before that, by like a month or so, but still, like, oh boy. My dad's been in box truck business, his own DOT, his own box trucks, for over 11 years. Would I rather listen to him, or would I listen to somebody that's been in business going on a year? I've been in business for a year. Take my content with a grain of salt, but when I say something stupid, he really lets me know. He watches my stuff. He's like, hey, that's wrong. So even take my stuff with a grain of salt, you know. I'm not a veteran in this. My dad is. And I had to learn everything on myself. Again, he didn't handhold me or anything like that. And when I do something wrong or say something wrong, he lets me know. But it's mind-boggling that people want to go to a conference, $1,000 a ticket, not counting travel costs and how much it costs to go down to Georgia and stay down there. Let's say it's $2,000 per person that goes down there, ticket and all. I mean, it's insane. Haven't even made it to 5 years yet, and y'all want to go down there and listen to it. Well, not you all, but you know what I'm saying. People that'll probably watch this later. Exactly. A lot of it's trial and error. If you don't have entrepreneur grit in your DNA, like, I've watched my dad grind my whole life. At one point, refrigerator's kicked on. At one point, he was working 3 jobs and trying to build his business, okay? Hence why I was raised mainly by my grandparents. If you don't have that drive, it's not going to happen. If you can't figure it out for yourself, it's not going to happen. That's why he didn't help me at all. Until he sees me post something stupid, and he's like, hey, that's dumb, that's stupid. If you don't have that, odds are, I mean, there's like a 95% fail rate within the first 90 days of a business, okay? Like when my truck got in the accident, I'll say it again. I had to really get creative right then and there. I couldn't be like, oh, man, I wrecked my truck, or somebody wrecked into me. Oh, man, it sucks. I guess I'm going out of business. No, I had to be like, okay, I got 2 dedicated routes that I need to get ran. How can I do that? I had to immediately get creative, start looking. How can I get this run? Start calling people. Hey, if I take like so much % of this, will you run it for me? Yeah, sure. Okay. Set it up. Call the attorney. Get a contract wrote up. I mean, if you don't have that trial and error gritness, right, then it's not going to happen. And that's sad, and that's just how I am. I'm going to shoot it as straight as I can and be as hard on people as I can. Some people don't like to be told no, but that's how it is. That's how it's dog eat dog world out here in business, okay? It doesn't matter who you are, how many subs you have, does not matter. It doesn't matter. If you don't have it, you don't have it. That's what I tell my 100 subscribers. Yeah, man. Tell them. I'm telling you, if those of you looking to get into like trucking, especially, which at this point I wouldn't recommend anybody actually get into trucking, honestly, with the current world events and current prices of everything and inflation rates. No, heck no. Telling you. Try pressure washing. Try something. Try a mowing business. The season's just starting. It's the perfect time. This is your startup costs. Under $1,700. Just say $1,700 to get started with chems, gas, and everything. This morning, 10 o'clock, just landed a $1,900 job. by posting in a Facebook buy-sell trade group. I mean, it'll take you 4 hours to do. All right, I'm out. Dang it. I want all that. Give me all of that coffee. Yeah. Get in me. All right. I've noticed that lately the master box truck experts have started to shift from box truck content to other things except the box truck couple. I believe they are truly in the YouTube deal. You know, like I said, I feel like they're getting dragged into it just because, I mean, they're just getting dragged into it. I mean, it's unfortunate. WJ as well. WJ is a good guy. He's a good guy. I knew when he first started popping up and started making box truck content, and I was watching him, I was like, me and this dude think alike. Like, he's very positive. He's business minded. I think he's and he even said so himself in a comment that he doesn't agree with everything that's going on. So there's that. I mean, I'll plug it. Go check out his channel. I mean, he's doing like a bathroom remodel right now. He makes good content. I wish it wasn't all shorts though, but you know, I think he's a good guy. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Dub is good. Yeah, he definitely is. Yeah. I wish it wasn't all shorts because maybe he wants to be a shorts channel, but I think he thrives on his longer videos. Or he would thrive even more so. That's the thing. Like, I mean, see, like right there, I could do like a YouTube course if I wanted to. Do I want to? Heck no. Like, I have 8 YouTube channels. I could do a Photoshop course if I wanted to. Do I want to? No. I have very extensive Photoshop and Adobe Premiere knowledge. I've done freelance work. I could do, I mean, listen, I've tried a lot of things in my lifetime. Oh, yeah. Yep. But, I mean, you know, he's got a lot of time right now, I think, so it's good that it's keeping him busy, you know what I mean? Coffee makes me burp for whatever reason. It's weird. 7% on my phone. It's already 240. Wow. It's crazy. I need to update the thumbnail of my lives. It's getting kind of repetitive with just me smiling. What I was planning on doing is taking that same thumbnail and just putting a different date to the right of me. But I've just been lazy, pretty much. There's no excuse for it. Just been lazy. You know, it's just easy. Just click the start stream button instead of make a edit to the thumbnail. So, but yeah, if I start on that pressure washing job, again, it's snowing this weekend, unfortunately. It's like 60-something degrees outside right now, and they're giving 6 inches tonight at 10 o'clock. A winter weather advisory. Blowing my mind. And so I can't do it this weekend, probably. Maybe, I probably won't want to. It'll be too messy. But next weekend, if I do it, I've got my tripod right here, ready to go, and I've got this camera. I'll probably just do a sped up video and do a voiceover probably because this mic's a little janky. But I'm gonna put this thing on this tripod, record the whole thing, everything I do, pre-soak, wash it off. That's all you gotta do. So if those of you are interested in pressure washing, it'll be a pretty good video. It should be pretty satisfying because you'll be able to see all the algae and build up pretty much wash away. It'll be pretty neat. What are your thoughts on reefer box trucks? I still think, you know, if you really are dead set and you love driving, get into the reefer business. Now, that leads me to now a lot of companies though, like Prairie Farms, they pay let's see, how much did they offer me to drive their reefer trucks to deliver? It's an established route with stores in your local, and you work like 6 days a week. They told me it was over, I think it was $1,100 a week plus a certain percentage of your sales from your route you get, and you work for them. But you have to have your CDL. I think it's at least Class B. So that being said, I would recommend, if you really like driving and you want to, drive box trucks, first look for companies like Prairie Farms or milk companies and stuff like that. Hang on just a second, Leroy Campbell. Look for a company first to get into it and make sure it's something you want to do, etc., etc. Then maybe start and go on your own. The problem is reefer's always going to be needed. That's not really the problem, but the problem is you're going to have to start establishing your own routes, and it's not going to be like I 100% have a load of milk and stuff to take to stores every single day, right? So until you get that built up for yourself, it's not going to be the same. But you will have more consistency with reefer if you really want to go on your own and really want to get into box trucks. I really would just go reefer, and yeah, you'll have a little bit more expense costs with reefer fuel, but not enough to not justify the consistency of income. Leroy, how can I raise money to start my box truck business? So, family, if you got pretty good credit, personal loans, venture capital, you would have to show a business plan, and you would have to show a business plan and your projected income, and hopefully somebody, like Angel Invest is a place. Hopefully somebody will invest with you. The problem with that is if it fails, you're going to owe that. Other than that, man, I mean, getting a job and saving up. You know what I'm saying? That's the tried and true way, man. People don't want to work for other people, but hey, that's the way it is, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's the way a lot of people get started. Get a job and save up. I'm not too high to not do that. Stay humble. Keep the ego in check. But yeah, I mean, those are some ways you can raise money. But other than that, oh, look who's live, boys and girls. Trucking out the boxes live. Uh-oh. 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 This is some good sauce. Man. Oh. Like, I don't like when people say, hey, I'm giving all this sauce. I'm just like, it's not freaking sauce. It's information that anybody can find. I am in the market looking for a decent priced box truck. Any suggestions? Yes. I just sold mine. Unfortunately, but I sold mine on Facebook Marketplace. That's also where I found mine. The thing is, of course, if you've ever bought a vehicle on Facebook Marketplace, most of it's junk. We'll say 85% of it's junk. But if you can find that truck that they have all the maintenance records with, which I sent all my buyer everything that he needed. I mean, I sent him all the things the previous owner had their mechanic send me. I sent him that, and I sent him everything that I've had my mechanic do to it. He got all that information. If you can find that diamond in the rough, hey, it's the best way. Facebook Marketplace. These dealers have marked up trucks. Like I sold mine. I seen the same. It was a 20. Mine was a 09, and they had a 2012. It's literally, it had the same. It had a newer engine, but it was pretty much the same truck, right? Same mileage, everything. I think it had like 15,000 miles less than mine, and they were charging like 78,000. I sold mine for in the 30s, half that. Okay, so they're marking it up more, like double what you're going to find a decent person on Facebook will charge you. No sauce to give when Google is literally. It's like people forget about Google. You make some good videos, man. I really enjoy your videos. I start following you. I really want to donate, but money is short. Hey, no worries, no worries. You don't have to donate nothing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't here to, like, I have income from other, like, this is literally just because I enjoy doing it. Okay, don't worry about it. Money short. I have my own box truck, and I have $2,400 saved. That's awesome. That's awesome. And YouTube. Yep. And YouTube. I'm gonna go to job route and save up money. You're right. Yep. That's honestly the best way, man. You don't have to provide business plans. You don't have to owe anybody anything. I personally will not take money from other people. I hate owing money. But yeah, best way to do it, just go get a job and save up. That's the best. If you do go get a job, try to find the most, like the highest paying that you can possibly find and get. That's the best way, you know. It's the best, easiest, least resistance way to raise money, to do something on your own. Just work for somebody else, be humble enough, keep the ego in check. Don't quit, when they piss you off first time, like I did. But I had stuff coming in from other sources. But if you're just trying to start your own thing for like the first, second time, just think like this is going to allow me to buy my freedom, pretty much. Right. That's how I thought when I was working at a factory. 3.5 years at that one factory. There are so many scammers now with bad box trucks on Marketplace now that it is hard to trust anyone, even legit people. Yeah, what I did, when he asked a question, I literally took out my phone. He was like, "Hey, what's up with the lift gate? What's up with like I had a video made it was on this YouTube channel, but it was unlisted, so you guys can't see it. But it basically said '09 International for sale, and then I went over everything. Like I literally went over it video wise. Now you're probably not going to find that by most people, but and then when he had a question like, "Hey, did you fix the little door box truck door?" I had a what the heck's that thing called? little piece had fell out and the door wasn't opening right. It's like a little $2 piece, if that. And he's like, "Hey, did you fix that?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't." And I would hop on the camera and I would show. I'm like, "But it opens easy, Open it up, showed him, It was very transparent. What's up, Frey Gang Money? Free game money. Frey Game Money. But if you can find somebody and then ask them for if they can show you a video of it, like, hey, can you send me a video of it starting up or a code start or idling? You know what I'm saying? That's the best. That's how I did it. I sent videos. Dial him. West Virginia is showing stuff. Hard to find most jobs. Charleston. Charleston, West Virginia. Man, I had a load that went there from Ohio. It was like 200. I think it was like 220 miles. It was like near Cleveland down into Charleston. Something like that. And it was like $950. Man, I went into Charleston there. Man, that town is so like cramped. Holy crap, man. And I had to back down an alleyway next to the hospital there and all that traffic. And I'm like, listen, y'all gonna have to let me back down this highway. Get that last message. I just sent you some of it misspelled down here in West Virginia. It's hard to find a job where I am in Charleston. Yeah. Man, Charleston's so packed. That was insane though. When I had to deliver to that hospital, the hospital there in Charleston. $950, 220 miles. In your opinion, do you think the box truck market is saturated? So I have said it before. I'll say it. How's your day going, man? It's going great. This morning at 10 o'clock, I closed a $1,900 job, pressure washing, that I'll be doing probably in the next week, which is awesome. Anyway, is the box truck market saturated? So I said it before. I said yes. But with a caveat. So people just don't know, and they take rates that they think are good but are actually not good, right? Like they don't know the 5-year average rate is over $2.50 a mile. They just hear YouTubers say, hey, you want to at least try to get $2 a mile. They're leaving money on the table, right? So they'll take anything they can get. And especially today with diesel prices and everything, I do not recommend nobody start a trucking company. Really, I really don't. With diesel prices where they are, with truck prices where they are, with inflation rates going up, I don't recommend it. I'm 100% do not. How much do I need when I get into trucking business? Father's box truck. How much do you need? I recommend having at least 30 grand saved up. And I posted a video of my little accident I had. It was a fender bender. Literally damaged the bumper, had to replace the hood, one wheel, a tire or 2 tires because you don't want to replace just one steer tire, and an alignment, and it costed me right at $14,000. Okay, it didn't cost me, the insurance paid for it, but $14,000. Imagine if that person didn't have insurance and I got hit under a red light. I was sitting still, like I was 0% at fault. I recommend saving up at least 30 grand. That's after you buy everything that is setting to the side. 30K, chilling. Don't use it if you don't have to. To any new person that wants to enter the trucking business, 1, do your own research. If you get a used truck, have around 10 to 15K for maintenance. 3, don't follow YouTuber that are charging 2 grand. Exactly. Like Jay says, go out there and look for work. I went out, knocked some doors, and I was able to get a contract. Low board brokers thinks trucks are running with water. Yeah, exactly. Like, again, if you don't have that grit, And those of you that are true entrepreneurs know if you don't have that drive, that grit, that creativeness to make money out of thin air, if you don't have that, then you don't have it. And maybe it's not for you. That being said, is it worth the experience? Probably yes. You can learn from it. You can get better at it. You can develop that grit. But if you don't have that grit and you have to be handheld, it's probably not for you. Just like how I Take Loads Trucking said, he went out and knocked on doors. Like, I literally have business cards made and flyers, business cards with like a rubber band on them, and I'll drive around with my pressure washing business stuff and just toss them, right? Or go up to the door and put it right there. Or knock on the door and do a little test strip for them to see, show them how dirty their driveway is or their house is. If you can't do that, if you can't get creative or like post it on Facebook or these other places, you've got to develop that somehow. What's the best trucking to get into? What's the best trucking to get into? Just starting, work for a big semi company, especially one that will pay for your CDL training and pay for you to get your CDL. That's the best way to get into trucking. And then maybe after that, start a trucking company with a semi. That's the best, hands down. Did any master box truckers accept your invites and actually show up on your live? I thought WJ was, but I haven't seen him in chat, and I haven't seen him in Discord. I told him 1 o'clock. He said he would put it down. Maybe he's busy. Maybe something come up. I thought something was going to come up because if the money had hit my account, my buyer from a box truck, I was going to meet him today. Go ahead and give him the keys, but until it hits my account, it is still sitting out there. But I guess he didn't. He could have got wrapped up. The only one that was going to come was WJ. I highly doubt any of the other ones would because, I mean, the other ones just feel slimy. I'm just going to say it. Slimy. How can I get into pressure washing people, homes, and sidewalks? What you're saying about diesel prices, you're correct. You're giving good info. That's what it's all about. Yep. So, Leroy, if you see the calculator on my screen, that is the startup costs for how much it costed me to start a pressure washing company. Okay, it's right at $1,700. That's your pressure washer, your surface cleaner, gas for your first job, chemicals for your first job. This is everything. Hoses, everything right here. $1,700. Okay. Now, I just landed this. I literally posted on my personal Facebook page a before and after. So if you can get a pressure washer and wash your own driveway, take a before and after of it, right? Okay. Do a 1-to-1 mix with 10% sodium hypochlorite. You can get it at Walmart, $4.63 a gallon. Pour it in a bucket, 5-gallon bucket, or a pump sprayer. Pour it in a pump sprayer, 1.5 gallon pump sprayer. Pour half a gallon in, put a half gallon of water in, take Dawn dishwashing soap, put about just one squirt. All right. Oh, yeah. All right, Dr. ER. Sounds good. Once you do that, you don't even need pressure. Just need a pump sprayer and those chems. Spray it on your driveway. Take your regular water hose, let it sit for about 15 minutes, spray it. If there's still stuff left, put a second coat of chem on it. Let that sit and soak in and eat that dirt. Spray it with your water hose. You'll be amazed, okay, what happens. You don't even need a pressure washer to do that. Take a before and after of that. Go to a Facebook buy-sell trade group. That's what I did. I went to a local buy-sell trade group, posted that on there for free, no ad cost, nothing. Posted that on there. I said, anybody that's looking for pressure washing services, let me know. And I said, here's a couple before and after pictures. Got a message from the athletic director at a college that's 5 minutes away. He said, hey, We have 8 tennis courts that need cleaned. What would you charge? I said $3,400, went down to $2,600. We ended up agreeing on $1,900. Sorry. That right there, if you could do that, now you might not get that as your first job, but if you could, that would instantly, and you could do that without equipment. Okay? You haven't even bought equipment yet. See what I'm saying? You don't even need equipment to do that. You can land the job with nothing but buying a $12 pump sprayer and a couple gallons of chemical for $4.60 a gallon, and putting water and Dawn dishwashing soap in it, and take a 5-gallon bucket or a water hose and spray it. You'll make profit off your first job without even having to buy the equipment yet. So you can actually test the market without having to put the upfront cost in. You see what I'm saying? I'm in Lafayette, Louisiana. I'm in Kentucky, so not too far, but kind of. But that's the beautiful thing about pressure washing, and it is, if you want to get into it, you can land jobs before you even have equipment. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't think about that. Like with trucking, you have to have a truck before you can even land a job. You have to have a DOT number active with insurance before you can even get anything, get a load. And Home Depot, you can even rent a 4-gallon a minute pressure washer from them. I think it's like $90 a day. So something to think about. How far from Waddy, Kentucky? Wow. You're actually really close. It's kind of wild. You're like not even an hour away. It's wild. But anyway. So you can go out here and land jobs for pressure washing without even owning a single piece of equipment, and work up from there. You can get some kind of bicycle rack or some kind of rack and put it on top of a car, not even have a truck or anything, and put your stuff up on there, tie it down. I mean, hey, do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? At the Love's truck stop. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, man. You're close. I actually almost had a dedicated... There's a gnat. Where the heck did that come from? I actually almost had a dedicated load starting in Waddy and going down... Let's see. It started in Waddy, then it went up to Florence, Kentucky. Then it went back down to Waddy, and then I would come home. That's what it was. Almost had that. Yeah, that's crazy. 'Tis crazy. I'll get tired. Been sitting too long. 2 hours. Man, that's crazy. What? Where has time gone? But, so yeah, here's the pressure washer you want. You want at least a 4-gallon a minute. Gallons per minute. 4 PSI really doesn't matter at all. It's all about this, the GPM. Okay. This is a good pump, AAA. I mean, you could literally take this bad boy and make a lot of money with him. But this right here, like, I was looking up WJ, seeing if I could comment or message him or something. But I seen this. Like, man, We're bringing you the information on how to create a box truck business beyond a six-figure income. Number one, you guys haven't even made it. I mean, you're just now eclipsing the year mark. Beyond a six-figure income, yeah, with courses. Oh, I'm sure. Man. Insider info. What insider info? Oh my God. Networking. Yeah, you can network, with the people that spend that money. Sure. That are also trying to start and are probably going to fail. Sure. Meet and greet. Yeah, you can meet and greet for $1,000. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Did you hear the price tag? Yeah, it's like $1,000 per person, right? I mean, did the guys from the other channels ever join? Oh yeah, I already answered that. No, they did not. I thought I was going to get to talk to WJ, but I haven't seen him yet, and I'm probably going to get off soon. Told him it was going to be about 1:00, and I've been on 2 hours now. So I'm probably not going to talk to anybody. Speaking of, I'm going to go ahead and get out of Discord. Just because I got things to do. I got to send that invoice to that college so I can get paid. They might have Kobe Pegway as a guest speaker, LOL. I could care. I mean, like, not being rude or anything. Like, guest speaker. To me, he's nobody. He is a nobody. You see what I'm saying? Like, who? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Yes, sir. Get paid. Can I buy pressure washing equipment that I need from Harbor Freight? I would not. Harbor Freight is like very, very off-brand tools and stuff, and I've had a lot of Harbor Freight stuff break on me, like channel locks and stuff. I would go with Simpson, and I would go a DeWalt maybe. Go Home Depot or Lowe's if you can find it, but I would not trust Harbor Freight stuff. No, they not. Like, in the grand scheme of things, I like that Kobe Pegway guy. I've never even heard of it. I've watched like one video by him, and I was like, okay, yeah. I watched like the first 2-3 minutes. I was like, yeah, this guy's all right. I'm good. X'd off of it. You know what I'm saying? I could care less if he's a guest speaker. Oh, ain't he like one of the guys that like charges people to look up stuff on a low board or something like that? And no wonder they're inviting him to be a guest speaker. Just another marketer. It's hilarious. But like, man, Box Truck Business Masterclass for powerhouse speakers that's been in business for a year. Bringing you all the information on how to create a box truck business beyond six-figure incomes. But get this, they just reached a year in business. Hey, they're not even past their first 3-year baby stage of business. Hey, powerhouse. He is the king of hustle courses. Yeah, just another one. Just another one. I don't know who the guest speaker going to be. Was just joking. Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah. Unless it's somebody like, are they paying my dad to come there? That's been in box truck business for over 10 years. Has a tenure in the business. You know what I'm saying? Or it's been in box trucks for 40 years. That'd be the only reason that would be good. What are your thoughts on Entree Mike? I seen that his video popped up after I published the box truck YouTubers are getting greedy video, and I watched it, and he said literally the same thing, and he posted that way before I did, and I was like, yes, but he also sells courses, so I was like, but he said it perfectly. He said they're hustling the hustler, and it's so true. Like, man. If you can sell hopes and dreams, man, like, you can become a millionaire, and it's sad. Now, how long will that last? As long as you can keep it up, but, It's just sad, man. It's just sad. It's so funny to me. I pulled up Trucking Out the Boxes live here, and they're like pivoting, like from trucking and stuff to like dispatching. Well, yeah, no wonder, because guess what? There's no money in it, and now you can just sit at home and take in all the course and mentor money junk, and then uh, sit at home and dispatch here and there, and then now they're talking about some other type of media, like media company or something like that. So funny. It's like right in front of people's faces. They just don't even like. Your box truck's sold, right? Yeah, it's pending still. I'm still waiting on the wire transfer to go through, but pretty much yeah. As soon as it hits my account, like he's coming and picking it up. Yeah, I know. Did you see that? Yeah, like I'm literally watching it right now. I pulled it up because I just seen it on my homepage. It's so funny. Like they're literally talking about, like, you know, you're not seeing them in a truck anymore and stuff, and they're instead like, oh man, ay ay ay, yeah, they found a lane and ran with it. Yeah, you know, yeah, they're gonna make a lot of money in the short term, but they're not thinking long term, right? Um, and man, I'm telling you, watch these people start failing, and watch what happens. Like, just watch, just sit back and enjoy the show, because it's what happens. People start selling to their audiences they build up on social media way too early, and then they get a bad rep, and then all that trust and stuff goes away. And I've seen it many, many times. Instead of thinking long term, like 15 years down the road, build up your community. It's just, man, just watch, just stay tuned. What, Lily? Why are you huffing and puffing? Oh Lord, she just woke up. Here comes Hateful. Oh boy, what are you huffing and puffing about? Who's out there? What fuel card do you recommend? I didn't really use a fuel card. It didn't. I mean, it'll save you a little bit, but it's not really. I mean, it's not really going to affect it a whole lot. Maybe use a fuel card and like Get Upside. I'm not sponsored anyway. I used them back when I did like gig apps and stuff for a little bit, saving up some money. Yeah, she can't believe this beast. Yeah, did you hear her, son? She woke up and she'd been laying on her face. She got up and this hair was like pushed, and she was like, it was hilarious looking. Uh, they had a guy, box truck Kenny, selling, and didn't even run a truck. Had it and never ran, and ended up selling. What? Box truck Kenny selling. What do you mean, like selling a course? Didn't even run a truck. He was just said he was a box truck YouTuber and just basically owned a truck. Never ran and ended up selling it. Okay, yeah, yeah. Man, man, it's crazy. Once you like start digging in on people, like the people they've like rented a Lambo, or they're taking pictures in front of other people's Lambos. Have you seen that stuff, man? Man, people will do some low things, like they. I mean, I'll check on the pressure washer you just said. Yeah. Pressure washer, man. It's low barrier to entry. If you buy all your stuff, this is the price. But like I said, you can go ahead and start trying to get jobs, and you can rent a pressure washer with everything, hoses, wand, and everything, 4 gallon a minute for $90 a day from Home Depot. You can go ahead and go and get jobs and rent from them and get a little $12 pump sprayer and chems and hey, I mean, you can do it. Load up transportation. Never heard of them. Yeah, man. Pressure washing's very low barrier to entry. And you can get jobs relatively easy as well. Oh man, 2 hours 15 minutes. Yeah, I've got their little live pulled up on my third monitor. Have you seen On Track Trucking YouTube? I have not. Who are they? I know I seen somebody. I think their channel is like JD4E or something like that. And they started like 2-3 months ago, and they already have like $1,000 box trucking course. And I was just like, face palm, man. Oh my God. I'm like, come on. Let's see what we can find. On Track Trucking. On Track Trucking. Oh boy. 1,064 subs. Oh God. Oh boy. Look at these thumbnails. Whoo-wee. All right. Oh my God. Are you kidding me right now? All right, guys. All right. Now, let's take a look at this. All right. Starting my week, $7,400. And making $10,400 in partial. And oh my God, 1,064. Man. How I make 13,000. Man, this is like the definition. Like, you wanna know what clickbait is? $5,700 for the weekend. Like, man, come on. Government certifications. Like, okay. When I got my first job, I worked at a call center. Now, what did I do at said call center? I worked for sam.gov, contracted through them. Okay. This was my very first job. What is sam.gov? It's where like truckers would call into. It's where they would call in to get government contracts. So I actually have experience in what he's all talking about here. Now, making almost $1 million? No. Do they pay a lot? Yeah, they pay pretty good. But no. Ay. He does it, been trucking for a while. I think trucking in Jay's is legit. I've seen some of the stuff. JD are renting their trucks, yeah. Guess they're not going to show up. Yeah, I doubt they are as well. Trucking and Jay. Yeah, I think they're legit. They made a video like showing like what it really costs and what this and that. But yeah, I think they're legit. They got 2 trucks too, so I mean, 1 truck, 1 guy, one thing. It's very hard. Okay. Dedicated load, $2,400, 736 miles. Maybe. Depends. Landstar? I doubt it. Making top dollar in a box truck. Man. This is just why. 1 month ago. He's putting out like content literally 1 day ago, 5 hours ago. 3 months ago, launching my YouTube channel about box truck. Delivering ATV in a box truck. You can do that, yes. Oh, boy. And recap of how I made $13,000. Oh. I can't, man. $22, he gotta be paying, yeah. He has to be making money. Not always. Not always. On track trucking is legit. Come on now, man. Come on. Come on now. Until I see bank statements, take everything with a grain of salt, okay? Until I see bank statements and invoices, just copped a nice BMW too. Yeah. Hey, hey man, listen. You ever heard of Keeping Up with the Joneses? Everywhere isn't for everybody. Lover of Engines is a good dude. He provided a lot of helpful info for free when I called a few months ago. That's awesome. I actually sent him an Instagram message way back and completely free. He'll respond. It's crazy. On Track is doing for YouTube. What do you mean? Is doing for YouTube. Man, listen. When somebody puts a clickbaity video title out there, like I made $13,000 in this load, okay? Unless they show a picture of the rate con or a bank statement or a invoice, come on now, everything isn't for everybody. I mean, what's that mean? Yeah, my African boy liver vengeance. Yep. He's doing partials. I did partials, man. I hauled 2 pallets for $1,000. I did partials. Not just one pick, one drop. Yeah, man. But man, like you was agreeing before, and you've been listening to me. Just don't believe everything you see, okay, without proof. That's all I'm saying. I've done partials, okay? Not just one pick, one drop, okay? It's not that good as what I just seen on his YouTube, okay? Come on now. He has a strategy to it, man. Been doing it for a while. Bro. Does he show bank statements, rate cons, and or invoices? Does he show that stuff? Partials got to cost more miles. All right. We're going to look it up. We're going to see. We're going to watch a video together. 9-year plus experience. Okay. I need proof. All right. What's his name again? On Track. We're going to watch this together. Well, this video is demonetized. I'm watching. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Come on. All right. He's measuring to see if he can get another partial. Okay. Let's go. All right. So I'm assuming he dropped off that load. I didn't see any BOL. I seen a paper that said you have to check in to get the BOL, all that stuff. I didn't see any BOL. I didn't see any proof. I didn't see any documents. I've literally shown, like the rate con that I went to Charleston with, I literally showed that in a video. Okay. And I took out my personal information and I showed the money and I showed where it was going. So he had a video where he couldn't drop in Houston one day, so he went to OKC to drop and then back to Houston the following day for the same rate. Yeah, but where's, I want to know, I want to see the rate con. I want to see the stuff. You can't just take stuff at face value, unfortunately, anymore. It's one thing to say it. Like I could say that I made 13 grand in one load too, or doing partial loads. I could say that too. But if I don't show proof, then I mean you got to take it with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? Not saying he's lying, but you have stuff has to be based off of information that you can actually find credible. That's how you should be doing it. If you have room on your box truck, you should be calling to fill it up. I'm not saying he's not doing it the wrong way. I'm saying that this number right here, there's zero chance I believe this. Okay, at the moment there is. Did you hear what you just said? Hold on. right. Consultation. Hang on. Book. All right. All right. Oh man. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. All right. Let's get. All right. Let's just. Oh man, come on, man. Come on. He's got 1,604 subs. I have seen no proof so far. He just told me if I want to learn the business, I have to book a consultation with him. Come on. Okay. All right. Let's keep watching. How does that make? Show me the proof. He's like, not to prove to you guys, but to show you how. Why would you not want to prove it? Prove it to me. Show me the numbers. Show me the rate con. Show me. I want you to prove it. I see how you're doing it. I know how you're doing it. It makes sense. That's the most common sense. You want to fill up your truck. If they put 2 pallets on there and you have, let's say you have 20 feet of deck or of not deck, I'm thinking freaking hot shot. 20 feet left, you want to fill that up. That makes sense. That's common sense. I want to see how you're making $13,200. I want you to prove it. He just said not to prove to you guys, but to show you how. Yeah, that is literally what you want to do. Show me that you made 10 grand, Mr. On Track Trucking. Show me the rate cons. Show them in your video. I want the proof. I don't care what you're bringing home. I want the rate con in the freaking video to prove that that's what you're making, that you're making 10 grand. Show it. Nah, I don't want coming soon. It needs to be in the video. Let me show you a rate con. I don't see any paperwork. All right, done watching this. Anyway, he does more than drive a box truck, man. Unfortunately, unless there's proof shown, it's bogus. It's just like I said about the other ones. Okay, literally halfway through the video, he's like, "I'm going to show you guys, but hey, you got to buy a consultation with me." And then I go to his website and look at this, man. What is this? What is this? Look at this. One-on-one training, $1,050. Okay. 2 hours, 30 minutes. Intro to box truck business bundle, $2,850. The dude has 1.6K subs. Come on. All right. No proof that I've seen so far. You say coming soon. Until I see it, there's no proof. All right. Take it with a grain of salt. Consultation, 1 hour, $120. Startup training, hour 30, $250. Level 2 training. What the heck's level 2 training? $550. Like, come on, man. Until there's proof in the pudding, it's bogus. Okay. Now, he might release it later. Until he does, it's bogus. It's BS, man. Yeah, they don't give you a 22 Hino, but hey, he may have a line of credits that is 40 grand and he used 20 of it to put down on a credit card to get the truck. Okay. You gotta think about it. The ebook is to come. Yeah, the mentorship's coming, man. Come on, man. 1,000. Man, I'm about to just lose my mind, man. I'm just gonna start charging everybody like $5,000 to even watch one of my videos. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the heck is going on? Yeah, common sense. If your truck is not filled up, you need to be looking for a load that will fill the rest of it up. That's somewhere along the way. That's the whole basis of trucking, man. Like that, you want to do that. Your package was delivered. I gotta take a piss. I'll be right back. Holy crap. What did I just see, y'all? Yeah, man. Remember where you heard it first. What do you mean? Like when he shows proof? I mean, uh, I mean, what happened to my webcam? Uh-oh. Webcam down. Uh-oh. 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 Hang on. Hang on, let me unplug it and plug back in. Oh, if he does show proof and he shows, wire. Well, that's weird. Hey, we're back. Yeah, but like I said, not, I'm just like, man, the dude hasn't even. Oh boy, man, just can't even. Like in a day and time where you can just make a YouTube channel and just man. And in the middle of a video, just say, hey, I don't have time for you guys, man. I don't have time for you guys. You gotta book a consultation, man. Oh, that blew me away. Gotta be kidding me. Hey, notice it's 11 people in here, only 2 typing. Yeah, I mean, I don't know who's watching, but, I guess they're just lurking around. Who knows, but... Others just sitting back, reading, watching. Huh, men. I guess. Drixel. Hey Jay, how you been, brother? I've been good. Man, I've been this morning I just quoted a college on a pressure washing job for some 8 tennis courts for $1,900. So it's been very good. Very, very good. Can't complain. Love it. Just got done roasting another copy paste box truck YouTuber. Well, no time better than the present. Yep. Love it. Yeah, these diesel prices, man. I'm telling you, I'm gonna start doing some pressure washing. Like, I don't know if you can see this, but I mean, I've got my shirt on. Look at that logo. Oh man, look at that logo. It's clean. All right, let's set this back up. Got my little dude. I actually made this logo in Photoshop. Got my little house there with some. You can't really see it. There's some suds there, some sparkle on the roof. If I can move my finger, pristine cleans, baby. And then there's the dude holding the pressure washing one. You doing it yourself? What do you mean? Pressure washing? Oh yeah. Get it how you live. Yeah, man. I mean, hey, here was my total startup cost of a pressure washing. I actually ran the numbers of the equipment that I have, and that one job, if somebody landed that job before they even had equipment, if they got lucky enough to get that as their first job, it would pay before they even had the equipment. They could go buy it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then after that, I mean, all you pay for is chems and chemicals and gas. And it's like, I worked for UPS for 28 plus years, and this stuff is like common knowledge to me. I need to charge a few stacks. Exactly, man. Like, before I had my own DOT number, I drove for a guy that had the USPS box truck contracts, like before, Big Vic and all of them. Started making YouTube. I was out there in a box truck, right? Like, it's common knowledge. You want to fill up the rest of your box truck. My dad's been doing it over 11 years. Hey, maybe they need to hit him up and see if he'll be a guest speaker. You know what I'm saying? It's like, with his own DOT number. It's like, man, they peeping you. Say something. Who? What? Say how you feel. What? I'm so confused. What? What's going on? I know you don't like, but how's your Polygon going? Polygon. Other guests. Other guests. What? I'm getting confused. All right, so I found a class on USPS contracts, but it's a pretty steep price. I assume I should pass on it. $225. I mean, oh, Polygon. Ah, yeah. Crypto. Man, I haven't even looked at it, to be honest. Like I haven't even looked at it. Haven't even looked at it. I'm gonna look at it right now. All right, so I found a class on USPS. Shall I pass on? I mean, hey man, $225. I mean, that's not bad. What if you get that? You know what I'm saying? Like that's consistent income, man. Kareem. Polygon is sitting at $1.41 per. And I still have mine. I mean, I don't even care about the price, to be honest. I'm literally just holding. Don't look. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is, you know. I bought it because I like it and I just hold on to it. Need that for sure cash. ... Need that for sure cash. USPS contracts are pretty much godfathered in. I know that they have been doing that company that I drove for. They have had the contracts and they're still like buying out other people's contracts and they've been doing it for a long time. You know what I mean? But there was other companies that had a few contracts here and there as well. Yeah, it's just the bear market. I mean, everything's going to be rough. I'm not even going to look at it. I mean, the money that's in there, it's pretty much like that. Once I put money into crypto or stock market, it doesn't exist. It's gone. You know what I'm saying? Man, that light is bright, son. Dang. Blinded me. Lord. Hey man, I have been having so much trouble getting loads on the low board. What do you recommend I do? Well, Night Owl, I don't know if you watched my video of calling factories, but literally, I mean, I'll link it. Let's see here. Lips are chapped. I need some dang chapsticks on. Dun, 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 dun. Where is it? Here it is. Share. Watch this video, man. Start putting in some groundwork. You know what I'm saying? Call some factories. All right. Yeah, people starting to speak. Yeah. Nah, it's just lurking, you know. It is what it is. They're just listening. I've also been calling some companies about taking dedicated lanes or lanes or loads, and they all have customers such as DHL, FedEx, etc. Yeah, you're going to see a lot of that. But you can also say, hey, if for some reason, you know, call every factory within a 500-mile radius, man. Okay. A lot of them will have like the big carriers set up with them, right? But literally call every factory within a 500-mile radius, and tell them that you're a local trucking company, and you're looking, you know, tell them who you are, what you do, and what you're expecting to get out of the conversation. You know, like I said, watch that video, and tell them, you know, even if they work with somebody right now, tell them like if they can't pick up something, you know, give me a call. You know what I'm saying? A lot of YouTube channels developed off AMC hype. Everybody became an expert investor until market pullback. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of the same thing with box trucking, right? Like, you know, there's box trucking hype and everybody kind of grew a channel off of it, sort of. What are you working on? I see trucking out of the box. Yeah, so at the beginning of the video, WJ was actually supposed to come and hang out and talk in Discord, but I haven't seen him in chat, and I told him it's about 1 o'clock. It's now almost 4 o'clock. Holy crap! Yeah, I'm about to get off soon. But I basically did some research and did startup cost analysis with courses. Like if I took courses or without courses, here was my startup cost at $4,800. And then like here was chucking out the box. They've been in the business since that I can tell based off their YouTube around April 2021. Here's all their prices, basically about $4,000. And here was the total if I would have taken all this junk, and this is what I would have paid total startup cost if I went the same startup costs I had. Big Vic education started. I put a question mark because I went off YouTube February, March 2021 ish era. Course consultation. I couldn't find his mentorship or how much it costed, but here was the startup cost of that. Box truck couple education, business sense, and I went off YouTube. Time frame March, April 2021 ish. I'm guessing. And I found their mentorship and consultation. I didn't find their course price, but with known prices, here this is. And here is the conference, their little seminar thing that they're throwing, $1,000 plus travel costs. So I put $2,000 easy for easy numbers. So add $2,000 to each one of these numbers. If I did that and I was starting today and I decided that I need courses. Basically what that is. Essentially. Try the Cinnabon Mini from Pizza Hut. Good. Watch for the major delivery companies to impose a fuel surcharge. They charge per package. Maybe an opportunity to get in moving bulk shipments. Oh yeah. You can get creative, man. Get creative with stuff, and you never know. You just test the market with it, and see what happens. Says I have a package delivered. Hang on. Oh, about fell. I was actively looking for a semi, but I'm going to pull back for now. Yeah, man. Honestly, with the way the world is at the moment, hang on a second. I got a text. With the way that things are going, with the mentions of war and the way markets are, and we're very, very overdue for a crash. Kind of like 2008, and kind of the same things are happening. Inflation and stuff. It's I would not recommend starting a trucking company, especially with like just the costs of everything. To me, like pressure washing, for example, the barriers to entry are still low. It's very easy to find work for free, basically. Just like how I posted just a before and after picture of my own driveway in a buy-sell trade group, and I got the athletic director of the college literally right next to my home that wants tennis courts cleaned, and landed a $1,900 job. That's how easy it is to get work doing that. Look into different businesses. Don't just because people are making YouTube content about it and stuff. I honestly, and you're going to have way less expenses with something like a mowing business or a pressure washing business. And I'm going to have a friend. He actually does right now like full-time mowing and stuff. He'll talk about his startup costs and what he has going on with that. But I'm going to start talking about pressure washing. You'll start seeing before and after videos and stuff like that. But already trucking, just looking to add, but the conflict is trickling down. Yeah, another package. Yep, another package. I know you're already trucking and stuff, but something to think about. Keep doing it if you can, if you're still profitable and stuff, obviously. But for people that are looking to get into the business and are watching all these videos and live streams and stuff, there's more businesses out there that are way less expenses, and you're thinking, a lot of people want to fire their boss, right? For example, guess who becomes your boss? Guess who becomes your big old boss daddy once you start trucking? Big DOT and state troopers right here. Okay. And then let's throw in insurance in there as well, because if you don't have insurance, guess what? You ain't moving nothing. Okay. So you fire your boss and you immediately get two very strict bosses. Okay. Love it. Technically, you don't really fire your boss. You just replace it with another one. Essentially. Something to think about. Something to think about. All right. It is 4:00. We are coming up on 3 hours. I think this is my longest live stream, I'm pretty sure. Right now, my eyes are so dry. This slide is like blinding me right now. I've like turned it away and everything. So I'm going to get off live here probably and go make that invoice for that pressure washing job. So I'll go ahead and get that taken care of and done. And so is it worth it after all that and gas with in terms of what, trucking or pressure washing? In terms of what? Good talk. Yep. I plan on trying to go live every Friday if possible. In terms of what, Vendetta Red 1? Pressure washing or trucking? Catch you on the next one. Sounds good, Drexel. Thanks for dropping in and saying hello. I'll answer the Vendetta trucking. No, it is not. It is not worth it. Not only, especially for new people, not only with insurance being way too high and the barrier to entry is way too high now. Like trucks are more than, they've tripled in price, trucks have since I started. And that alone is a high barrier to entry compared to something like pressure washing, where this is literally your startup cost. And I'm literally making $1,900 from one job that'll take me 4 hours to do. Okay, this is your startup cost. Compared to trucking, now you're probably not going to be able to enter for what my startup costs were. Not even close. So, just something to think about. Something to think about. And the guys you see on YouTube, selling courses and stuff, I guarantee you that they're making more money profit-wise from courses and stuff than they are from actually trucking, which is why you're going to see them start doing other things and stuff like that. 100%. Okay? They're not going to tell you that if... Like trucking out of the boxes, if you bought all of their stuff, their ebook, course, all that junk, mentorship junk, it's $4,000. Let's say 50 people bought that. That's $200,000. Okay. Okay. Just think about that for a second. That's like pure profit. But, it is what it is. I'm going to go make that invoice and, hopefully it doesn't snow tonight like they're giving 6 inches for, which will suck. But if it doesn't snow and it stays pretty like it was today, it's like 60 degrees, I'll probably try to do that job tomorrow. They're starting to go toward media companies. Yeah, exactly. Like, come on now. Media companies? Come on, man. I tried to start up a social media company, and man, good luck. Good freaking luck. But yeah. Just remember and take this message with you wherever you go. Unless there's proof or sources for information, take it with a grain of salt. Even anything I say, take it with a grain of salt, okay? Just like before when we looked at that one dude YouTube, he's got 1.6K subs, right? And he's already trying to sell a $3,000 course, okay? Ah, man, it's just so, man. Just take it with a grain of salt and until they show proof, until they show Raycon's bank statements, whatever they're trying to sell you on, okay, you're either going to be sold something or you're going to be selling something, is basically what people say. Now, if they can't show proof, do not buy anything, okay? Just don't buy anything. Just take that with you. All right? All right. Next time on Jay's Side Hustles. Yeah, that's all I got. I got to come up with the intro or outro. Next time on Jay's Side Hustles, we'll be pressure washing 8 tennis courts for $1,900. See you then. All right, I'm out. Some would say you failed in trucking, so you're kind of sour about it. How did I fail? I mean, okay. All right. I'm sour about it. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to save you money. All right. Peace. That's hilarious, man. All right. Next time, pressure washing.